Oh man, so CES 2020 had some pretty cool phones. It was a little bit different this year. Normally CES is a lot of mid-range stuff. They don't generally have like flagship things there. They just kind of do like mid-range things, and then they'll have some like concept ideas. This is interesting. Now, the technology is great. Don't get me wrong. But I don't really see an application for a foldable smart screen, and I'll get into it in a minute. But it would be awesome to be able to go to one of these things. These types of things really excite me. Technology, the future of technology. I mean, just think of your TV. My 46-inch TV back in the day would have cost me about $1,000. It wouldn't have done anywhere near what my TV currently does. It wouldn't have hung on the wall because it would have been too heavy. The thing would have been ginormous. And look where we are now. So technology is pretty cool. But let's read this, and then I got another one showing you the Samsung's clamshell smartphone, and then I got some questions for you that I want you to answer. What CES 2020 taught us about this year's phones? Cheaper foldables, 5G, and more. Nice looking phones. It's an interesting technology. The phones of CES weren't many, but they were informative, hinting at improvement trends we will see in 2020, including cheaper applications of 2019's most expensive features. Typically, the CES show settles on mid-range devices, but this year also brought us some interesting concepts to chew over and a realistic look at what we can look forward to. And yeah, technology tends to get cheaper as time goes by. I mean, just 10 years ago for a 46-inch flat screen TV, you'd have been paying a lot more. Now you can get one for, I saw one for $200. I saw a 53-inch for $300. A 53-inch flat screen TV 10 years ago would have been quite a bit more. And it wouldn't have been as good as it is now. Technology is amazing. It always excites me so much. I would so love to be able to go to one of these technology shows. It's always been like a dream, but way out of my budget. This isn't unusual. Phone makers are far more likely to save their whiz-bang features and high power specs for the big boy show of phones, the Mobile World Congress, the world's largest mobile show, which takes place February 24th to 27th in Barcelona. I've seen videos from it. It looks like a lot of fun. You do get a lot of insight into what the future of smartphone technology is going to be. Now, I remember when the foldable screens came out last year, you weren't even allowed to fold it. Just the person who was trained how to fold it folded it. And that raises some questions for me. So let's take a look at what a clamshell phone kind of looks like. This is the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip is what they're thinking it's going to be called, but no guarantees it's going to be called that. But that's it. So the screen folds in on the screen. Now, do me a favor. Take your smartphone and look at it, right? And think of your smartphone like this. Now, it folds screen on screen. So it folds this way, screen on screen. Now you have something that is the size of an old school wallet. Not to mention, you've got screen on screen. I would be scared to keep that in my pocket. You're going to have rubbing. There's going to be little scratches. There's going to be little, marks, scuff marks and things from the screen slightly rubbing on the screen. Plus, you have this thing that goes from being this thin to now being double the size. So look at your smartphone and double the thickness of it, and then think about putting that in your pocket. It's like carrying an old school wallet. Even if you put it in your in your front pocket, it's gonna be pretty big and probably a little uncomfortable, I would think. Phones right now are pretty big, but screen on screen, well, then there's that issue. On top of that, what is the constant wear and tear of folding, unfolding going to do to the screen at the point where it folds? And what is it going to do to the bezel of the screen? Is it going to wear it down? Are you going to have hinges? Okay, so then if you have hinges, you have a spot that's going to constantly pinch when you open the screen and close the screen. Everything ends up losing its elasticity over time. So I believe this is going to be more of a, look what I can afford. I'm privileged enough to afford this phone and have it as a talking piece. But I'd be very interested if someone used this as a regular day phone, what the wear and tear on it is, and if there's scuffs and scratch marks on the screen, and How comfortable is it to carry in your pocket with it being that thick? Let's see. Foldable phones are an emerging category that shakes up an otherwise static world of phones, but I don't believe it's got a good long-term application. It's more of a concept idea of look what we can do, and now we advance from this point. People are going to buy it, don't get me wrong, because they're going to buy it for a talking piece. I don't believe they're going to actually use it as an everyday thing. They'll use it once in a while to show off, sure. But nobody wants to carry that thickness and have to worry about that screen. Screens are not at the point where they are invincible yet. Once they get to that point, okay, then I can see screen-on-screen technology without rubbing, and I don't know. And then there's, at that point where it bends, the side-to-side strength. You put it in your pocket and you're walking, or you sit, or it's in your front pocket, or whatever, and one part slightly shifts. Would it crack? Will it crack the screen? Will it crack the bezel? A lot of questions. The high price of these foldable phones means that few people will actually be able to buy one. Lowering the price will also mean lowering the barrier to ownership, which foldable phones need if they're going to stick around. But I just... forgive me for saying it, but I just don't think it's a technology that's going to stick around. I don't think it's viable. Not yet. Not yet. We don't have the technology. I could see these things breaking left and right and being really fragile and uncomfortable to carry, and I can see all kinds of things. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Does this sound like a really cool thing? Are you going to run out and drop $2,500 to buy a foldable smart screen? I don't see it. I don't see it. You go from this thickness and you double it. Now we're looking at about the size of an old school wallet. I have an old school wallet here. My old school wallet. And it's about that big. Carrying that in your front pocket, your back pocket, that's going to be uncomfortable. Screen on screen, that's going to cause issues. The rotating bezel or flexing bezel, or however they're going to work it, that's going to cause issues. The fact that if you take your phone and you had folded it in the middle at some point, it has to have a weak spot. It has to have a bendable point. At that bendable point, if one half of the phone slightly twerks and the other half does not, will it crack anything? Will it destroy your phone? Those are questions I have, and you guys are a lot smarter than I am, so I'm asking you guys, do you think this is a good technology? Is it going to stick around? Should I go out and buy one right now? Should I just go buy one and say, yes, this is the future? Or should I wait a little bit? Let me know what you think. That's all I got for this one. I'll see you guys on the next one.